Hey guys, what's up? 50 Blaze here. Decided to try something different today. Instead of playing normal things, I kind of wanted to play a different thing. Just a one-off of Risk of Rain. It's a game I've played a lot before. As you can tell, I have quite a few characters unlocked. So basically, we're just going to play through on Rainstorm difficulty, which is the normal difficulty. It's a roguelike game, really fun. It's kind of an arcade-style shooter. For those of you guys who are familiar with the game engine Game Maker, the one that's very basic, very easy to learn, but has a lot of complex stuff, this was made in it by, I believe, some college students. And so it's a really cool game so far. I mean, it's got an interesting mechanic in which you have to try to get through each level as quickly as possible so that you can just beat it, because as you can see up here, and I'm taking my hand off the keyboard arrow pads, which are used to move for that, at the top it says difficulty very easy. That will go higher as I get through different parts of the game. Actually, it's not even based on level, it's just based on how long you take each level. So every 5 minutes the difficulty goes up a little bit. So you can either stay in an area for a long time and do a lot of grinding, get a lot of points, get a lot of money, get some upgrades and stuff, or you can get out of each area as fast as possible so that you can just not die. So it's about finding the proper balance between each one. So you get money, you can buy purchases from chests, or you can buy from things like this, which basically when I buy it, it will spawn in a bunch of imps like so, and then if I line them up, I can blow them all up like that. So now, I just have to keep on doing this. So, yeah, I just activated an item. This is a new one. I've never gotten the dynamite before, so I'm trying to figure out how it works. Okay, it didn't do anything there. So, now, as you can tell, of course, all the items are random. Sometimes you'll get really good items, sometimes the items will completely suck. And each character has their own special attacks. They have a default attack, which in my case just is double shot. Then they have a more powerful attack, which in my case is this FMJ shot that goes through all enemies on screen in one straight line. And then of course they have a dodging sort of defensive attack or move, which in my case is this barrel roll. And then lastly we have the bigger, awesomer, slower. Okay, I'm just gonna get the Psalm rank because it's so much better than this dynamite so far. But then of course you have the final attack, which in this case is this really powerful machine gun shot that pushes all the enemies back and just disables them. So bam! As you can tell, that is a really nice attack. So of course all the items you can get, they last forever. You can use them as many times as you want, but you have to recharge them. And you can only get one at a time. So now basically the whole point of this level is I'm just trying to find a teleporter. Once I find the teleporter, I have to activate the teleporter and then survive for 90 seconds. Once I survive 90 seconds, then I can leave. But first I also have to kill every enemy. So I'm just going to go up here and try to get onto that ledge where that giant crab looking thing is, right here. Because there's a bunch of little capsule things which get me some more free money. And you know, I like money. And I mean, like, why wouldn't I want to right now? I mean, especially because it's going to help me. So right now we have around 3 minutes in, and as you can tell there's a bunch of like little parkour types of things right here. So yeah, I probably should mention all the money automatically flies to me, which is really beautiful. It's so nice, makes it so much easier. Bam! So now if we open up that container, we can run away and the money will still teleport to us. So now it seems like I can't jump high enough, so I'm going to have to go all the way back over here. By the way, the barrel roll is nice because it makes me invincible while I'm doing it, which is why it's nice to be able to time it while I'm about to take fall damage. You have to fall pretty far in order to start taking damage, but when you are at that, like, once you reach the maximum amount you can fall for taking damage, you're going to start taking damage pretty quickly. It adds up pretty quickly. So as far as multiplayer goes, this game has multiplayer. I believe that the server's maximum is 4 players by default. Okay, this is a bunch of tripwires, or landmines. Yeah, I like them. It's pretty fun. So basically, I can get some friends into this game. Normally it's 4-player maximum, but I've actually modified the config file for the game before so that I could have 8 people in a game at once, and it was actually not that good. It was very hard, because you have, like, it seems like a finite amount of power-ups you can get per level, just because, you know, you want to get out of each area quickly so that you don't stay there and get stuck and just die. So because of that, you have to prioritize, and of course then that means you have to divide all the power-ups amongst every person in the game. It really works best for only 2 people at most. Yeah, probably 1 or 2 people actually. It's one of the few games that's like that. You know, games like Borderlands, first-person shooter, really fun, also open world type of thing. It works well with a bunch of people. This, not so much. So now I'm just going to keep on shooting some guys. And of course, I mean, I've played this before with mods, and he and I did actually really well. We've beaten the game before. I don't think on the normal difficulty or hard, just because it's so difficult. Like, you really have to play a lot and put a lot of time into it. I mean, normally games are like an hour and a half or so, 2 hours maybe even, just to be able to beat the final boss. So we're gonna stay here just a little bit longer, because we're starting to get to that point where we need to leave. So we're just gonna shoot him, run past him. So, of course, by the end of this game, if I survive long enough, I will have power-ups galore. There will be power-ups everywhere on my screen. It'll be really awesome looking. There's the teleporter in the bottom right corner right now. So we're just going to activate it in a moment. First, I want to explore up here, see what power-ups I can get from up here. And I see a chest right there. We're going to buy that. And there was another imp thing, like the imp altar thing that I saw before. I could use a second time, but I don't feel like it, because I really need to get out of here. And there's always the chance that I will not get the imps killed. And these jellyfish are really annoying, by the way, because they always hurt me even when I'm on a rope. When you're on a rope, you actually normally don't take damage. But when you're on a rope and there's jellyfish, they will hurt you, which is really annoying. They're like the bane of my existence in this game. But fortunately, I have this barbed wire now, so I can also hurt them a little bit. Although they really don't care too much, which gets very annoying. So now we're just going to jump over here, get this chest. Got loads of money now. Oh, yes, I love this power-up. It's really useful early in the game. Basically, every time I kill an enemy, I get an extra health point on my max health. And this really adds up. It gets to the point, at first you're at like 300 or so, which isn't that much. But then you get to the point where, towards the end of the game, you have over 1,000 health, and that's really nice. Essentially. So you're more than tripling your health by the end. And of course, if I get another one of these infusion power-ups, then it'll start stacking, so that then instead of getting 1 health from every enemy, I get 2, and then so on and so on. It's really awesome that way. So now we're just going to kill this little flame guy, and then we're going to jump off and barrel roll, and I did not time it correctly, so I did take damage, but oh well. So we're just going to jump down here, going to hurt this guy, kill these guys. Ooh, I like this thing. Okay, so now time to activate the portal. Bam. So now the boss will spawn in. Let's just place it on these trip mines. I don't know which boss it's going to be. There's a few possible bosses. And it's the magma worm. Perfect. This guy's evil. Really annoying. Oh, dodged him. So it seems like he did trip the wire, or did hit my trip lines. Sweet. So now we have a lot of enemies spawning in to help him out, which is really annoying. And it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed in this map. Well, actually, it's pretty easy to get overwhelmed in any map. I don't know why I'm specifying this map. Fortunately, I have these things, so as long as these jellyfish go and die on my barbed wire, well, it doesn't seem like they will. Ah! And I'm dead. Frick. Yeah, that wasn't that quick. As you can tell, it's a very difficult game. So we're going to try again. We're in a different map this time, as you can tell. So we're going to start out climbing up, 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 up. And we have that robot thing right here. So the robot thing, it's basically you pay and maybe you'll get a reward. Maybe you won't. It gets more expensive every time you buy it. And I think sometimes you get XP, sometimes you might not. I don't know why, but it just works that way. Okay, so we're going to see if there's anything useful down here. Yep, there's a chest. Okay. So we're just going to go over here for now. We're going to explore a little bit. And then we're going to probably come back in a little bit, because we just need a couple more enemies to kill real quickly, so we can get all the chests that we just saw, and also maybe spam the shrine a little bit. So we're going to jump down here. I did the barrel roll right before I hit the ground, so I did not die, or even take any damage. So now we're just going to run over here, and jump. Ooh, I hear a robot. I hate these robots. They're really annoying because I can't do any, like, pushing them back. It really irritates me that way. But at the same time, I can do quite a nice amount of damage to them, especially when I do that thing. And the cool thing is that thing, I don't know if you noticed it, but actually when you shoot them on both, or actually when you have enemies on both sides, it will actually shoot both of them at once. It's really cool. It's really helpful that it does it like that, because otherwise I would be so dead so much more often. So this game on all is pretty difficult, but they do like to throw you over once in a while. I mean, just enough that you still enjoy the game and don't get too frustrated. So of course, if you guys want me to try playing it with mods at one point, I can talk to him about it, see if he's interested. And other than that, I don't really know of anyone else I can play it with, though. But yeah, it's a really fun game. I really recommend it to all of you. It's probably going to go on sale at the Steam Winter Sale in, I mean, at the time of uploading this, yeah, in 2 days, probably. Okay, so yeah, there's a special artifact, as they're called. I do not know how to get that one. I really honestly have no idea whatsoever.